Good evening, everyone, and thanks in advance for your time and your attention. Today, Tuesday, the topic is, as usual, better listening to. What is it what I'm going to recommend you today? A couple of things that can help you advance more in the listening ability. So, what is it what I selected? I already had one video with listening plus business. Now I am going to extend that a little bit more for you, which is when I combine listening for some students and business, because this here is one ESP, which is English for a specific purpose. That means when people listen to something concerning business because they need to, they have to, they like, this is their company, they are studying international business, or they simply need to make some businesses with some people. So they just check out in YouTube all possible videos, even the adapted ones, referring to business. And that is how they can get better connected because they understand the topic. That is why you say ESP. But then you say, well, maybe you are studying English in general, and that might be interesting for you. So general English plus business issue. Important for you is to enjoy. Because when you enjoy, you learn better. You assimilate quicker. You are more concentrated. Keep that in mind, please. Remember. Now, when I say that you do this, always necessary, always write it down. Remember, that is my key recommendation for you. Crucial recommendation if you like to see what is the kind of evolution you have in listening. In your auditive perception, no big deal. Your brain can make it happen. But important is that you write it down just to confirm how many new things you really understand. English in general, you will see, is kind of the same. But here you will notice that you actually increase your perception when you write it down. And then here, if you say music, the same. Some people tell me, listen, I like to listen to songs, specific English music, adapted to my level, with good pronunciation. So be it. You can select any singer that you like, any song too. But important is, if you like it, you select from internet the lyrics. You write down the lyrics. You learn the lyrics. You imitate, you pronounce. Because music is good as long as you have a really complete perception, which is, you write it down. Again, the classical recommendation, essential. And then you say movies, like I said before, movies adapted to your level but that you like. You can have a combination. You can have a movie that speaks about business or any other topic that you like, and then you say maybe every 5, 10 or every 15 minutes, how much did you understand? How many new expressions you recognize? And you always write them down. I will always insist on that because that is, in my opinion, the decisive factor to advance in listening. So, all of this is to have more evolution. Now, what is today my second recommendation? I selected 2 books that I recommend very much in business. Allow me, please, to recommend you what I consider good in business. This is my very old book, as you can see, a little deteriorated in here and here, but still good. Written by Tom Hopkins. He says in here, I'm going to read that for you if you cannot see it, and sorry in advance for the quality of the light, I'll improve that, I promise. How to master the art of selling. In business, very essential to know how to sell. You can see this guy online. He has many videos in YouTube interesting for the topic of business and listening and the typical vocabulary that you like. So, when you read the book and you go online and you watch his videos, you will understand more. And again, classical recommendation, remember please, you write it down. You write it down. Essential. Now, what is the other recommendation that I have here is Make Believe by Jeff Bell. What is this about? Sometimes we have the sensation that we don't advance, out of many reasons. And sometimes it is psychological. Well, the book that I recommend here basically is something. When I say here, make believe, is because it's important that you really believe that your brain can make it happen. Don't think that because you don't understand a particular song or when a movie is kind of complicated. Yes, there are movies that are really complicated, even for teachers. I'm pretty sure even for natives. Because it's the same as in your original language. Sometimes you don't understand. That depends on the region, people, speed, circumstances. I mean, there are plenty of factors. Important is that you make believe, that you say, yes, my brain can make it happen. I can advance more in listening. Important is, the end of all of this is that you enjoy and you write it down. Thanks a lot. See you.